I don't want to go through the details around the whole Greek. I mean, people can read them in the paper. There's a lot of details. Give us your perspective. Your family is in Greece.
Right.
And as someone, but you moved to Brussels, or I've spoken
I used to live in London, then I moved to Brussels, but
right.
I was raised in Greece.
You were raised in Greece. So now, does anybody in Greece actually think this is a workable agreement?
Well, I'm not sure about anybody.
Right.
I haven't polled every single one of the 11 million in Greece, but I would say very few people would.
Very few people think this is workable.
Yes.
Now, there are elections coming up in Greece.
Correct, in April.
In April. Now, let's assume that the people in power are whose favorite? Samaras, and I forget what the name of the party.
New Democracy.
New Democracy, the supposedly conservative party.
Correct.
Let's say they take power.
Right.
Are they going to seek to immediately try and renegotiate this deal, or do you think they're stuck with it?
My guess would be they would not immediately try to negotiate. They would try and go with the flow, try and show goodwill, that they're implementing as much as they can. They probably would need some help forming a majority government, so they'd have a minor partner, maybe a smaller party, and it would work probably for a while. But mind you, 2013 is set to be yet another recession year for Greece, and that will be the 6th consecutive year in recession.
Now,
it'll get very hard.
Now, there's not, I wouldn't say there's a lot of sympathy for the Greek people, certainly in much of the European Union, certainly in Germany. I think many people in the U.S. probably don't know what's going on over there, but if they did, many people would probably not have a great degree of sympathy. What are the prospects that Greek society can reorganize itself in a way so that its economy functions, say, more like the German economy or more like the American economy as opposed to traditional Mediterranean economy?
Right. Well, I should probably start unpicking those stereotypes.
Yeah, I know. I'm going with stereotypes. It's okay. I mean,
and I'm going against them, and that's okay
fine.
Too. Well, I think, first of all, there has been increasing sympathy for ordinary Greeks.
Right.
And a lot less sympathy for Greek politicians.
Right.
So more and more kind of a clear case for a country having been mismanaged in a massive way. Now, this new package, the upside of it is that there's a lot of good structural reforms, very necessary structural reforms in it. Labor market liberalization, open and closed shops, and all that.
Look, we're running with the stereotypes here. We're going to be showing beach scenes in a second here on the video thing, Matina.
Right.
So you see, we're showing video footage right there. Why don't you're going to show us any beach? You're going to show us some olive oil in a second.
Sure, maybe I should have brought some with me.
No, please.
I was late, so that's good enough for the stereotype. No, but I think really the issue here is, can this country return to growth? What do they do? Some of the structural reforms are in the right direction. There's stuff that Greece should have done years and years ago and didn't. They'll be painful, and they may exacerbate the recession in the short run, but eventually they'll be better. The question is, can the country continue receiving a lot of technical support, and is that technical support and technocratic support up the right, basically, of the right thing and what the country needs? The problem is that the International Monetary Fund specialists and the European Union specialists haven't had a very good record in Greece so far.
Yeah, but they don't. I mean, in general, to me, it comes down to, can you get people to change the way they do things? And that, for me, is really, really hard. I spent a lot of time in the Soviet Union, and what I noticed was, you could talk about privatizing the economy and changing all these things, but changing people's nature, changing how people were brought up to do certain things, extremely hard to do. Based on what you know, knowing your family, your friends, do you go, geez, they could, they could fire 150,000 civil service workers and get away with it in Greece, over the next year. Is that possible?
I don't agree with you that it's in their DNA, so I think anyone can change. I think the Greek political, administrative, and economic system is built on rent-seeking, which means that people it's just ineffective and inefficient. I don't think Greeks were born that way. I don't think Italians
I'm not talking about DNA.
So
it's the way people are brought up.
Absolutely.
They're
so
patterns of behavior.
I definitely think it can change, and I think Greece is a otherwise kind of blessed country with a lot, very highly specialized, very well-educated workforce. Statistics show that Greeks work harder than most Europeans. It's a matter of productivity, and that is a systemic problem and a structural problem.
I got one final question for you, Matina. 5 years from now, and I'm, God forbid, still doing this show, and you come on here, are we talking about the Greek miracle
But don't we always talk about the Greek, the what miracle?
We
were talking about the Irish miracle.
I wasn't talking about the Irish miracle, but I'm sure some people.
Exactly.
Sure,
so we're journalists. We find things to call things, and then the cycle goes the wrong way, and we call them other things. So maybe, who knows? And maybe there will be a Greek miracle. I certainly hope so, because I've got family back there.